They have packed the house tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Indianapolis Colts. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Hands up! Lead! Drop deep, drop deep. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hey, 12. 52's the mic. Come on.
368. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go. Hey, Charlie.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Finding Knox there, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Dalton here from the gun. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 27.
44. Here you go.
And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And he comes back with one complete. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
368!
To throw again on second down. Dalton. Pass complete to his receiver, Pettis. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Hey, zoom.
And it'll be Dalton again. The quick slant caught. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. From 4 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Come on.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Williams. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
Now Watson. He's going to air it out deep for Wood. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 39 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Williams. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Watson. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he gets it down to the 32.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
First down, San Francisco.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Watson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that is caught. What a catch inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. To throw is Watson. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Noah Fant, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Complete to Noah Fant. Touchdown, San Francisco.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Boswell good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 31, Dalton gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. A first down carry for Barkley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On 2nd down now, it's Banks. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
The 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here we go, 10.
Play action now. Dalton. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Dalton. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. From the 35 on 2nd down, Watson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Set. Watch both balls. Stay with your man. He's coming. We got double up.
Watson just beating the play clock. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 30, 20, 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Check 1-3.
On first down, it's Watson. It's Williams on the catch. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Watson looks to throw again. It's complete to Williams. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
San Francisco.
Watson now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the 1st half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in a game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
And going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch the slant.
Here's Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A big loss there of 9 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
From the gun, here's Watson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That kickoff return, 104 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full.
Watson, off play action. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. A shotgun snap for Watson. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 40 now on second down. Watson, that's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They got a man. It's Woods. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Reset. 19. 44. Watch the out. Watch the out.
Now it's Watson. A bootleg. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now Williams. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter.
79. Under 10. Under 10.
They'll run it with Williams. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
First and goal, and across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Deshaun Watson, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter. After the run, Watson going to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
2 by 2. Move. Move. 57's move. It's a party now.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
They'll run on first down. Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
56, 19, 56. Army.
Now it's Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Watson. Bearing it out deep for Woods. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A full 40 yards that time on third down as the chains move with a lot of room to spare. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, it's Williams. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
At the 15-yard line.
Let's go, D.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now Watson operating from the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
And Boswell's kick is good. And with that, they have taken the lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Andy Dalton now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
57. Mike, 57.
Hey, orbit.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike. Let's go, tackle. Let's go.
Passing. It's Dalton. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Kyle Van Noy charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. And that's caught inside the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the 1st down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Niners on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Watson now to throw. Complete. Starks on the screen. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Let's take it inside his own 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
It's our field. It's our field.
go. 368.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. They still need one completion for field goal range.
And just think about what they're going over in the huddle right now. Make the catch, get out of bounds. That's going to be tough to do. So make the catch, get up to the line of scrimmage, and clock it to have one last shot.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. So now Dalton. He'll get this one complete to Davis. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Well, they have had no answer for this connection all night long.
Yeah, you just have to think in a 2-minute situation, that's got to be a concentration lapse. You know they're going to go back to him with the game that he's been having.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. His first attempt of the night here, and it's a big one. It's for the win. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and they have regained the lead. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Colts, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Miami next week. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take.
Yeah, I just ran it.